Hello and welcome back to Through the Trapdoor. I'm Katie.
And I'm Emily.
And this is our podcast where we read you Harry Potter fan fiction. And I don't know if that was English, but it was close enough.
All right. I don't think I have any announcements this week.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. I think we added them all to last week's episode, and we're recording this in the same evening. So, this is what happens, guys. When we don't have announcements, this is why. Yeah. We try to get ahead of ourselves so we're not scrambling on Thursday when we release on Saturday.
Yeah, because Ben is off and edits for us.
Yeah, and I work retail, so sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year.
Yes. All right. I have a wonderful story for you this week.
Marvelous.
It is called Encounter with the Devil in the Toyshop.
Oh. I like that you keep reading me things about Fred and George, and I really hope that I didn't just make an assumption because of Toyshop when I thought you meant joke shop in my brain.
It is not about Fred and George.
Great, because I thought joke shop instead of toy shop, but it's fine.
No, they're in a toy shop. It's fine. You're still gonna like it.
I mean, I'm gonna like anything. You know what I like.
You didn't like the one last time.
Just because it's not how magic works.
It's not how magic works.
I hope you all enjoyed my random yell.
She was so angry.
I really was. But I wasn't angry at you. I was angry at the author.
I thought it was a magical story.
But I'm sure the author hadn't realized yet that that's not how magic works.
My favorite part is how fast they reproduced.
That part didn't even bother me that much. That part I loved.
They reproduced 1,000 times faster than rabbits.
Oh my! If you guys haven't listened to that story, it was 2 weeks ago. It was amazing. Emily read to me. I got real angry. Please go back and listen to it if you're just starting with this one.
Go listen to Katie angry yell.
Because it's pretty fun.
Okay. Encounter with the Devil in a Toy Shop. It was the day before Christmas Eve, and 8-year-old Harry grudgingly followed his aunt and cousin into the huge toy shop, knowing that he wouldn't receive a single thing anyways. Too many years of not getting a present from Father Christmas had destroyed all hope and enthusiasm for presents. He sadly stood in one of the corridors, letting his chin sink down to his chest, while Dudley dragged his mother through the whole shop to show her hundreds of toys he expected her to tell Father Christmas about, because he wanted them all.
This just makes me sad.
Oh, don't you worry. It gets much, much better.
Oh, good. I hope so, because that's real sad. Like, I would never think about Harry's life before he got his letter, because I try not to think about it, but, like...
It's very depressing.
Oh, my.
But the story's adorable. I like it.
Okay. Thanks. I hope it gets happier, because that was depressing.
Yes. Suddenly, a tall, thin man who was completely dressed in black stood in front of Harry, just a few meters away. Sensing his presence, Harry slowly raised his eyes, looking at the man, who wore a blank expression, as though he was wearing a mask. He looks like the devil in that picture the teacher showed us last week, he mused. If Father Christmas thinks I'm so bad, maybe the devil will like me, he thought, stepping nearer to the black man. Hello, I'm Harry, he said in a small voice. Are you the devil?
That's a bold question.
No, Harry, the man replied in a silky baritone, with the tiniest hint of amusement in his voice. But for the moment it will suffice that you think of me as the devil. I know you, and you're going to know me in a few years' time. Until then, I'm not allowed to speak with you. Wait a moment. He has a very nice, soft voice, Harry realized to his surprise, and anxiously watched how the man waved his hand and produced a soft-looking stuffed dragon out of thin air. The man waved his hand at the dragon 3 times before he handed it to Harry. That's for you. Take good care of him, he said gently before turning on his heels and vanishing from Harry's sight. She's just making an upset face.
I'm trying to figure out who it is. I'll wait. I have my theories, but I'll wait.
Okay. I had theories too, and then it didn't turn out to who I thought it was going to be, and I was kind of disappointed.
I'm going to be disappointed if it doesn't turn out to be who I think it is. But I'm going to just allow my theories to stew inside, and I'll let you know at the end.
Okay. Harry happily cuddled the dragon close, only to hurriedly hide it behind his back when Petunia returned with a whiny Dudley in tow, who was currently complaining in a very loud bawl that he wanted more presents.
So greedy, Dudley.
I mean...
very different from our Dudley that we know and love.
True. But this is true canon.
That's true.
Also, they're like 8 in the story.
Yeah, so that is very much canon to the Dudley. Even in our Dudley story, it is canon.
You don't have to hide me. I'm invisible to muggles, the dragon told Harry, who threw the toy a disbelieving look. Muggles? Harry wondered, but ignored it for a few moments in order to voice his surprise at the dragon's speech. You can talk, he whispered. Yes, Harry, the man who gave me to you was your mother's best friend, and he charmed me to be able to speak with you. Don't worry, though. No one can see or hear me.
Okay, well, that just blew my theory out of the water, I believe.
Yep. I wanted it to be Lucius Malfoy.
Oh, see, I wanted it to be Remus.
Yeah, but I don't think Remus would just, like, dress in all black. But, yeah, it would have been really good if it had been
I could see Remus trying to do that, though, to, like, be inconspicuous, thinking that's what he should do. But in reality, it makes you stand out like a sore thumb, Sir Remus.
Yeah.
Even though you're quite bright, you're quite not.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I wanted it to be. I was trying to figure out which Marauder it was.
Yes. I just, based on the, like, dress all black description, I thought it was Lucius.
Which is great.
Which I thought was going to be hilarious, but then...
I didn't even think of Lucius.
But then it went this direction. I was like, oh, I'm still going to read the story. It's fine.
I'm surprised you didn't find this on a character-specific search for your Snape love.
I did not. I'm trying to avoid my Snape love because I know that you don't love him as much as I do, and I don't want to, like,
no, you can
overwhelm you.
You can force Snape upon me because I'm going to force Fred upon you.
I
know
already
you like
love Fred, so...
I know, I've already forced Fred upon you outside of this podcast.
Yeah. Anyway. Am I dreaming? Harry mused as he slowly followed his relatives out of the shop. Cuddly toys can't speak. Late on Christmas Eve, after a long and busy day of cooking Christmas meals for the Dursleys, when Harry was thrown back into his cupboard, he finally found the time to talk to his new dragon again. Could you please explain to me one more time why you're able to speak with me? Don't misunderstand me. I love it. It just seems too strange. To his surprise, the dragon chuckled. That's magic, Harry. But Uncle Vernon says there's no such thing as magic, Harry replied in confusion. Your relatives are muggles. They don't want to accept magic, although they know you're a wizard. Wait, I'm not a wizard. I'm just a normal boy. And a freak, he added silently to himself. No, Harry, you're a wizard, just like your parents were, the dragon objected firmly. As I told you, the man that made me was a good friend of your mother's. She made him your unofficial godfather before she died, and he is always watching over you. Although he is not able to help you in any way, however, he thought you might be in need of a friend who you were able to speak with. Is that true? Harry asked incredulously. I have a godfather? Was that the devil who gave you to me? I really like how often incredulously is used in fan fiction, but, like, not in real life.
I know, it's such a great word.
It really is. The devil, the dragon repeated, chuckling. He's only your unofficial godfather, Harry, but he loves you. And you'll get to know him when you come to Hogwarts at the age of 11. Hogwarts? The dragon gently and patiently explained about Hogwarts, causing Harry to throw him an unbelievable look. I'd love to attend that school. That would be so wonderful, he mused, cuddling the dragon close. You can use me as a pillow, the dragon informed him. I'm charmed to become a pillow if you put your head on me.
That's adorable.
It really is. I mean, also, I feel like this stuffed dragon's probably just big enough that, like, you could use it as a pillow regardless.
Right. But I love the idea of magical stuffed animals that turn into pillows.
Yeah, it's great.
I want one.
Harry obeyed, realizing that the dragon's form had indeed stretched into that of a pillow. Only when he raised his head again, the pillow slowly turned back into its original form. During the following months, the dragon became Harry's best friend. He was always with him and used a gentle voice when speaking with him, patiently answering all of his never-ceasing questions about magic and Hogwarts and the magical world in general. As much as the dragon explained about magic, Harry still couldn't understand how the man in the toy shop had been able to make the dragon able to tell him all of these things. One day, however, when Harry had returned from school very sick, and Petunia had pushed him into his cupboard where he was lying on his thin, lumpy mattress, violently shivering, the dragon told him, "Now it's time to teach you some magic. Wave your right hand at the door and say, 'Alohomora.' We need to go out into the garden." "Out into the garden?" Harry croaked in disbelief. "It's the middle of the night and I don't feel well." "But it's the only way I'll be able to help you," the dragon repeated firmly, causing Harry to obediently wave his hand at the door. He tried a dozen times and was just about to give up, realizing that the attempts to do magic were worsening his condition even more, when the door finally obeyed his efforts and opened. "Go out into the garden," the dragon instructed firmly. Inwardly groaning, Harry dragged himself through the surgically clean kitchen and out into the garden. He followed the dragon's advice to head behind the garage, drawing back in surprise when a black figure manifested in front of him. "Is that the devil who gave me the dragon?" Harry mused, blinking a few times in confusion, hoping to clear the fog that had mysteriously surrounded his head. "Harry, sit here on the wall for a moment," the black man told him softly in his silky voice. "Your dragon told me you're feeling poorly, so I came to check on you and give you some potions." "Okay," Harry replied, dazed, shivering violently. He barely noticed that the man had waved his wand over him before he handed him a few vials. "You caught the Muggle scarlet fever, Harry. Here are 2 different potions, one for the scarlet fever and one for the fever you're running. Do you think you can drink them for me?" Harry gave the man a slow, anxious nod. Potions must be like medicine, he mused. "I'm not supposed to take medicine, but I trust the man. He's the one who made dragon for me," and he threw the man a curious look. "Are you my godfather?" he whispered. "Yes, but not officially. Only 2 of my colleagues and I know about it. It might be safer you continue calling me Devil. Now please take your potions." Harry obeyed, and the man handed him several more vials, instructing him to take each potion twice a day, before he carried him back to his cupboard and laid him gently on his mattress. "Get well soon, Harry," he said softly. "Your dragon will keep me informed." "Thank you," Harry mumbled gratefully as he drifted off to sleep with a small smile playing on his lips. Never before had he felt so cared for. "I still don't understand." He turned to his dragon when he felt better. "How could the devil know that I was sick? How did you know that he'd be waiting behind the garage?" "I'm magically connected to him," the dragon replied, smirking at Harry's surprised expression. Several months later, the dragon once more coaxed Harry to head out to the garage in the middle of the night, and just like before, the devil was waiting for him behind the garage. "You weren't able to read your Hogwarts letter when it arrived this morning, therefore I brought you a copy," the man said softly, handing Harry a thick letter with the Hogwarts seal, as well as a parchment and a quill, before helping him compose a reply. "No one at Hogwarts must know that you've met me before," he said sternly as he pocketed Harry's acceptance letter. "Do you understand?" "Yes, sir," Harry replied shyly. "Who would believe me that I met the devil anyway, sir?" he added, smiling at his unofficial godfather. "Exactly," said the man, as a small smile crossed his face as he excused himself. On the 1st of September, Harry was standing next to the other first years in front of the head table in the Great Hall, waiting for Professor McGonagall to call his name for the sorting. "That must be Professor Snape, the potions master," Ron whispered, pointing to a pale man with dark, thick hair that came beyond his ears, who sat at the head table, completely dressed in black. "The devil!" Harry blurted out, suddenly feeling a surge of happiness and warmth in his chest at the sight of his unofficial godfather. "The devil?" Ron repeated incredulously. "Oh, well, according to what the twins told me about him, that might be true. How do you know him?" "Oh, I met the devil before," Harry replied, glad that McGonagall had chose that exact moment to call his name. Several minutes later, Harry was sitting at the Slytherin table, one hand gently squeezing the dragon in his robe pocket, as he realized happily that his head of house was the devil. The end.
Okay. I'm going to accept it because it was really cute.
See?
And Harry most definitely could have been a Slytherin.
He could have.
Did you see me in the corner of my
Yep.
Shock and awe.
Yep. I feel like if that like series of events had happened, he would have
100% been Slytherin.
Yeah. Just because like he knew Snape.
Right. And he would have been like, when Ron was like, about the houses, he'd been like, I don't know. Doesn't seem so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the guy who came and told me about Hogwarts was pretty cool. And that's his house. And then Ron would have been like, all right.
Oh, I don't think Harry knew yet when Ron was talking about, like, the different houses.
Well, no, but...
Who Snape was.
Right. He wouldn't have known who he was. But I feel like if, like, he would have been like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. I've lived in a cupboard for 11 years. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't think they're all that bad. Like, cool. Yeah, I get that bad people come from that house, but, like, not everybody can be evil.
No. Some of us are just crazy.
Not crazy. You just do anything to get what you want.
True. All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on our journey through the trap door.
Please leave us a review on Facebook or iTunes. It would literally mean the world to us.
It really would.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Through the Trapdoor 16 or on Twitter at The Trapdoor.
And please send us an email at throughthetrapdoor16@gmail.com with any story suggestions. And as always, join us again next Saturday as we travel through the trapdoor.